Hello students, we are going to log in to Discovery Education and look at our next assignment. So you've logged into your portal, go to Apps, Services, and Sites. You find Discovery Education and it'll take you to this homepage where we have our next assignment waiting. Alright, so we're going to start assignment. And here we're going to record our data for week 2 of our composting bin and determine how effective the system is based on our 5 controlling areas of compost. So in order to interact with the board, we need to click that Create button. And here it says, using the same worksheet as last week, please record the data for week 2 on page 6 of this document and submit the information to me via email. So if you recall, we worked on this in our last activity. And now we need to go on page 6. All right. Where we recorded our data. So during the first week when we made our compost initially, we recorded the temperature, the amount of water that we added, the type of organic material, and observed any changes, which really shouldn't have been much since this was the initial week of creation. So on your second week on this table, you're going to record what you've seen during your second week. Did you have to add any extra water? Did you add any more organic material? And if so, how much and what type? And have you seen any changes? Has anything happened to the compost? That's all you're doing. You're filling out this row here for week 2 and submitting that information to me. Okay, so next, I'm asking you guys to read page 2 of this document and answer these questions. So let's view. So loading. Let's go to page 2. If you'll recall, we have already read through this document in our class. This covers the 5 controlling areas of organic compost. So this is just a refresher to remind you all what those 5 controlling areas are and how we can achieve them. Okay, we need to look at the nutrient balance, the particle sizes, the moisture content, oxygen flow, and temperature. So I want you just to read through this one page to get it fresh in your mind. And we're going to come back and answer these questions. Let's make them a little bit bigger so we can see. There we go. All right, so question 1. How are you using moisture in your compost system that you made? So you're going to describe to me how you are adding water, or if you're not adding water, why? Okay, so how are you using moisture? Because moisture is one of those 5 controlling areas. So how are you using it in the compost that you made? And then you're explaining why it is so important for a compost to work effectively. So why is moisture content so important? And the answer to that is here. You can summarize it in your own words, explaining why moisture is so important to a compost system. Number 3, are you using a balance of greens to browns? If you're not sure what I'm talking about, greens to browns, you can read right here. It explains what greens and browns are and how you use them to create an ideal balance. Okay. So, are you using it? What is your proportion? Proportion meaning a ratio. So, how much greens to how much browns? Is it 50-50? Meaning a perfect mix of greens to browns? Is it 1/3, meaning that you have 1 green to every 3 browns? Is it the opposite? Is it 3-1? So you have 3 green materials to every 1 brown material. You're telling me what your proportion is. What is the ratio in your current system? Number 4, how are you varying the particle size of your compost ingredients? Varying meaning changing, making different. Okay, so how are you making sure that your particle sizes are different? And again, if you need a refresher on particle sizes, there's information about it here and why different sizes are important. Number 5, how are you controlling for oxygen flow? Meaning, how are you allowing oxygen to flow through your system? And if you aren't, please explain why. And the last question, do you feel your compost system is working effectively according to the 5 controlling areas of organic compost? Why or why not? So you're explaining here how well your compost system is working. Have you created a effective, meaning it's working, it's doing what it's supposed to, it's breaking down to create compost. Is it doing this? Why or why not? You're explaining yourself. And finally, I need a picture of your current compost system. And I want to have some kind of identifying feature in the photo so that I know that it is you and you have actually made this system yourself, that you are not taking a picture of someone else's system off the internet. Okay, so I need either your school ID in the picture, or if you're comfortable, you can put your face in the picture, or your school shirt, something that identifies you as a Coconut Palm student, my student, the student that created this compost for this project. And you can upload that picture here, upload from your device, or you can send it to me via email with this document. And that's it for this week. Once you have done all those things, you're going to click that submit button and turn in the assignment. If you have any questions or are struggling, you can leave a comment in our team room. I will get back to you as quickly as possible. And you can also send me an email. Good luck, and I look forward to seeing your compost system.